Tonight, North Carolina's lieutenant governor is facing calls to resign for calling transgenderism and homosexuality, quote, filth. He went on to be able to say that children shouldn't be told about it.
We're here today for the queer student who woke up on the first day of school terrified of leaving their home, or the LGBTQ elder who went back in the closet at their retirement community, or for the 42% of transgender youth who have considered suicide.
The comments were made back in June at a church service. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson saying teaching homosexuality and transgenderism in schools is flat out child abuse.
So we want to make sure that, as Representative Alston said, 42% of LGBTQ folks have thought about suicide. And that is only reported. That is not what actually may or may not be true. It could be much higher.
It's astonishing and it's terrifying for so many people and parents and children of LGBTQ students in our school system.
So I hope that all of you will take this information and publicize it through your news media so to ensure that folks feel supported, because this is, when comments are made about a certain group that are disparaging, that group then suffers.
When he says these issues, what he's really saying are these people, these kids don't belong in our schools, that these kids are the things he said, right?
Hate and name calling has no place in the public discourse. Just like the N-word is abhorrent, so is calling transgenderism and homosexuality as filth.
This is an example of an elected official pushing discrimination against our community.
So, after seeing that, what do you think?
Yeah, Mark Robinson, Lieutenant Mark Robinson.
Lieutenant Governor.
Lieutenant Governor.
Mark Robinson.
Mark Robinson. Excuse me.
Of North Carolina.
North Kakalaki. Pretty close there.
Where we reside.
Yes, yes. So, perfect time for us to chime in on the recent events going on there. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. Might as well say it. He's, quote, black man. And you see what's going on here? There's a lot of ridicule going on. Based off of apparently alleged comments that he made a month or so ago at a church, statements that demonize apparently the children within the LGBTQ plus.
He doesn't want them in his state, apparently.
Yeah, this is what these people are saying. It's real funny to me. I mean, just think about the job of a lieutenant governor for a second. I mean, their job is to he hails as the president of the state senate. He's pretty much the right-hand man to the actual governor, of the state. And pretty much if he kicks the bucket, then this lieutenant governor, steps in and takes on that role. Very, very important role there to be taken on in his position. So why so much flack and controversy surrounding statements that he made at a church?
Because obviously he's full of hate and he doesn't like those type of people. He hates the LGBTQ community or plus or whatever they are now. He don't like them.
And that's what it pretty much seems like. If you listen to all these comments that the media is presenting,
he hates their children. He hates them all the same.
That's what it seems like, But what did he actually say? That's the question. What did he actually say?
We have reached a point in public schools now where, first off, we're telling our children, don't be so sure you're a little girl or a little boy.
The comments started circulating after a social media site posted them. Robinson speaking at a church, and this comment drew applause.
There's no reason anybody anywhere in America should be telling any child about transgenderism, homosexuality, any of that filth. And yes, I called it filth. And if you don't like it that I called it filth, come see me and I'll explain it to you.
Several days now, I have been viciously attacked because of a clip video where I talk about removing the sexualization of children from the classrooms in our public education system. Of course, the media and those on the left have tried to change the focus from education to the LGBTQ community, specifically that I hate them. Let me be clear. I will fight for and protect the rights of all citizens, including those in the LGBTQ community, to express themselves however they want. That is their right as Americans, and I don't think that government has any role in telling them otherwise. However, the idea that our children should be taught about concepts of transgenderism and be exposed to sexually explicit materials in the classroom is abhorrent. In Lawn Boy, there is sexually explicit content, including an animal performing sexual favors on a human. Unfortunately, there's more. The images you are about to see are from a book that is currently in North Carolina schools. It's called Genderqueer. I want to warn you that the pictures you are about to see are explicit. I hate to put these in a video, but I feel it's necessary to show you exactly what I'm referring to.
Now it seems to me he's saying something completely different from what they're
saying he's saying.
Right. I mean, for him to be able to say, hey, look, this homosexuality and things of this nature shouldn't be taught in our school system.
And I'm pretty sure if he had pornographic pictures going out of men and females together, he don't like that either.
How many of you all would be against that as well?
Who wants that in their kids' school? I don't want it in my son's school.
Right. I don't have kids, but I feel the same way.
A lot of this crap that they put out there is the reason why my son don't go.
Right. His kids don't go to school.
My kid is at home.
His kids at home, which means I guess they're not the smartest. He kids stupid. No.
About your mama?
I love my niece and nephews.
Yeah, but I can't. I don't trust them at the public schools because of what they're teaching them.
Right, and
you overly sexualizing kids, like in general, whether it's straight, whatever the word is for traditional relationships.
Oh yeah,
man and female, male and female,
cisgender.
all the other crap, man with man, woman with woman, man with goat, whatever you want to put it in there.
The nuclear family and all of its hateful, racist, and sexist and filthy glory, if you will, if we can use that word filth, since that's what he's been demonized for, using that term filth. But I guess if they use it, it's fine.
You don't teach that kind of stuff to kids. That's all it is. You don't teach sexuality to kids that early.
Right. And then it's really when making it and using it and comparing it to suicide. They keep talking about suicide rates. Oh, the suicide rates are just so high. Whether it's 20, 30, 40%, whatever the case is, just take suicide itself and put it to the side. Apart from transsexualism or whatever the case may be, just look at it in itself and just look at America for instance. When you're looking at statistics, I can't stand because there's so many different dynamics that go into it. But just look at it for instance. 300 and something million individuals in America, and then the suicide rate, they say 132 people a day die from suicide. And so if you look at that, you got about 40-some thousand people a year dying from suicide. So look at that percentage, just like maybe 0.10001 or something like that. Not even a percentage. Not even 1% of people that are taking this from suicide. Now, but then when you look at that from the trans community, how many people are actually trans in America? And then say 40 or so % of those people are, dying from suicide. Not to say that their lives don't matter, but that is a significantly small amount of people.
Yeah.
In America,
who changed the rules for the minority of people. So you got a small fringe group,
right? And
you would change the whole dynamic of what life is built on. Yeah, because they don't like something.
It can be 100% of the trans community
for the exception
out of themselves from suicide. For the exception, and it would still be a small community. We wouldn't even know. Like, how many of us actually know trans people? Like people who are like.
Of course, some of us do, but it ain't.
I'm not saying like we don't, but I'm just saying. How many of us know them? And then out of those of us who know them, how many of them do we know? The numbers. If we had a lot of people coming in on this, the numbers would be probably a lot smaller than what we would be expecting. Because that's the community is small.
It's a small community,
and that's not to demonize them or say that they're insignificant.
No,
but when these lawmakers and different things are standing up and they're demonizing the lieutenant governor, pretty much saying that same things that he didn't say.
He's calling the people,
the
people
children
filth. Children filth. He's not calling the children filth. He's
That's
calling the overly sexualization of the kids the filth.
Right.
Whether it's, like I said before, whether it's straight men dealing with straight women, you got books showing pictures of this crap to kids. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, either way, it would have been filth. Because you don't show that to kids.
Right, like you said, whether it's a man, whether it's male and female, or whatever the case, you just don't do that.
Right, you don't show that to kids.
Why would you be showing someone else's, like, that those actions being done in which you're exposing a human being's nakedness to children? You don't do that, period.
Not even the nakedness, this is sexual act.
Yeah, but the sexual act, you ain't, like, what sexual act? So, I guess unless you, like, try humping or something, I don't think that's what they were showing, though. Like, there was some nakedness being exposed there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was full on, daggone, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Dingleberries everywhere.
That's nasty. That's some nasty stuff. That's some nasty stuff. Even if you had adults doing it, that's nasty.
But
we're
that's,
nasty.
yeah.
We're real nasty. Adults are nasty. I'm just saying.
The most refreshing part of this whole thing for me, though, was the fact that dude didn't apologize.
He did not apologize.
And it burned them up. They didn't apologize.
They coming to this dude's house.
Because I'm like, dude, this is what we need.
Protesting at his house.
People that have convictions, they speak on those convictions, and they stand on those convictions. Whether, no matter what nobody else said, this is what I believe, this is what I stand on, and I ain't backing down from it. And we need more of it.
As an old lady that I respect,
examples.
Said, come in like hot water. He stood on his convictions, regardless of the ridicule and the rebuke that came to him from his actions, from him standing on what he believed in. He still continued to stand even after that, after that happened, and that I respect.
Yeah. Even if I don't agree with you, and if you make a statement and you stand on it, when I come at you and you stand there and you still believe what you believe, and you have valid reasons on why you believe what you believe,
right?
I can respect that. I might not agree with you, but I can respect that. Now, with Mark Robinson, I agree 100%.
Right.
With what he said.
Mm-hmm. And if you agree with what he said, share this video, share his video. We'll put a link to those videos in the description below. If you support him, just support him. Share on, comment on those videos, show your support for him. Even if you don't agree 100% with what he said, agree and stand for his right to be able to say those things without it being flipped and twisted to mean something else that could incriminate him.
And let's take his lead. Find somewhere to stand on. Find something to stand on. And stand on it.
Right.
Don't back down and don't just apologize because it's politics. Yeah.
Fun politics.
So, as you can see, Hayes Brothers are back.
We back in black. Not our skin like our clothes. Yeah.
We missed you guys. We really did.
Yeah, we did. I get tired of seeing his face every day.
Screw you, guy.
Right. No, you can't say that. We're talking about sensitive subject here, man. You can't be saying stuff like that. Mind what you say. The kids watching.
Kids watching.
What's wrong with you? Dirty mind.
But yeah, let us know what you think in the little description box below.
Comment section.
There you go.
Comment.
It's been a while. I'm rusty.
Right, yeah.
Forgive me.
Yeah, forgive me. So yeah, comment on this video, share this video, subscribe, and like. And we will catch you guys on the next video, which will be soon. Peace.
What would that be?
Today is the 17th. So
dang, it's 17th already.
24th, yeah. So October 24th.
All right. By the way.
Yeah. By the way.
October 24th.
By the way.
Next Sunday.
Why do people say that? By the way, Like by the way of what? Like by the way.
I'm trying to tell them something. Shut up.
Okay.
We, the Hayes Brothers, will be doing a live stream to let everybody that wants to know why we ain't been here for a very long time.
Yeah.
Been about a year.
Yeah.
Why we quit on y'all, we're gonna let y'all know why.
Yeah. We didn't quit.
We are ashamed.
He quit.
We are.
Because he's a quitter.
We are ashamed of ourselves, and we're gonna explain to you why, so you can spank us all.
Yep. What?
Huh?